So how does this feel different coming into this fight, coming off of a win versus your first fight coming off of a loss? Does it feel any different for you?
Wait, I'm sorry, say the question.
Does it feel any different coming into this fight now that you have a win behind you?
You know, I didn't get in this to be undefeated. I got in this to be the best. So I don't want to be a one. If I wanted to be a one-dimensional fighter, I would just be like Khabib and get fed Conor McGregor.
And going into this fight now, you have, like I said, one loss, one win. So does that add pressure to you that you know that you have kind of a little bit of you've got the loss, but then you've also got the win. So how is the pressure kind of relieved a little bit more now that you've got that win?
Yeah, like I said, if I wanted to be undefeated, I would just get fed cans like some of these other guys in the division. And it's not necessarily they want them to win, but they don't want them to lose. Right. Losing is good for you. It's a wonderful teacher. It's a great experience, and it helps shape the future.
So what did you learn from that first loss?
Just a lot of to be more mean. You look at my first fight, and you look at my second fight. I was a little bit more mean in my second fight. Maybe a little bit too mean, but I was mean nonetheless.
And a lot of fans look back on that first fight that you lost and actually think that you won. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like that was a justified loss, or do you feel like maybe that's something you'd want to run back at some point?
My opponent was very tough. It was at 160 pounds. It was just kind of get thrown in there and get it started. And I'm not one to shy away from a challenge, so I definitely was eager to get in there and get it done. I feel like to leave the judges out of it or leave any sort of speculation, I could have just finished in the positions that I had, which I had a lot of opportunity. But now I'm at 145, which is a little bit more my speed. So all these guys in this room are on notice, and I've been wondering why I've been getting all these dirty looks, and I remember that they're all in the same division.
So speaking of that, has Bellator kind of talked to you about potentially stepping in for somebody if there's somebody that has to come out of this tournament?
They haven't made any mention yet, but I'm always ready, willing, and able to do my job.
Do you think that that's something you kind of want to, that you're thinking of it as you're going into this next fight, that you want to maybe perform to kind of prove to them that could be an option for them?
My performance is self-motivated. It's to be the best, and work on areas that I see are important to work on and takeaways from previous fights. That's why I want as many fights against the best people as I possibly can, and that's why I'm here.
And did you walk
in front of my friends and family in Los Angeles, my newly adopted hometown?
Newly adopted, so you've moved here?
Yeah, I moved here in 2016 from Florida originally.
And how do you find California? And the weather is very similar, but also very drastically different in weird ways.
Yeah, it's different. That's the best way to put it. It's different, but it's nice. It's a good different.
So I know you have this crazy background in jiu-jitsu. Are you going to be watching ADCC? Do you have any predictions for that?
Yeah, now that I'm not competing in the 66 division, the tournament's up for grabs. So whoever wins it, whoever comes out on top, they'll be calling my name for a super match because they know that's the tougher match right there. So everyone's kind of just jumping in to be second best.
So did you have to decide between ADCC and this fight, or did it just kind of happen this way?
Yeah, I had to decide. I had to spill water all on me. Now it looks like I peed my pants.
Nobody can see in the video, don't worry.
Black. That's one of the benefits of wearing black.
Yeah.
I had to make a decision whether it was fighting or going to the ADCC. And ADCC is a very prestigious event. Don't get me wrong. If I didn't have this fight, I would be there. But fighting takes precedence. That's what this is all about. And all those grapplers in there that are parading around like they're this or that, and they don't have a single fight on their record, they're phonies. They're fake. Otherwise, they would be fighting.
Right. Is there a specific person you're speaking about?
All of them. Yeah, they all know who they are. The ones who don't have MMA fight, just look up and down there, and you'll see. and they parade around like they think that they're the best. And if they were to cross anybody on the Bellator roster with an MMA fight, it's going to be they're going to have their hands full. Not only is that, is it an MMA fighter that they'll have their hands full with, they'll have their hands full with a guy that's a black belt and a world champion MMA fighter. And that's what I took a long time of curating and putting together, my craft. Now I have that, and now it was all to get into fighting. Well, now I'm fighting, so let's fight.
So are you paying attention to what's going on in the featherweight division right now with this tournament? Is there anybody that you kind of watched that you thought had a good performance in the last set, or anybody that you could think going in maybe has a leg in?
I didn't know who the champ was. I just found out who the champ was. So I was kind of floored because I saw his fights and I was like, oh, he's very one-dimensional. I can't believe he's the champ. But all these guys in the room, they know it's just a matter of time. So I'm getting my reps in. I'm getting my show and keeping the ball rolling with Bellator. These guys are making it happen. I made the comparison when I first started that Bellator is a lot like Fortnite, just a room full of murderers. Look around this room, bunch of murderers, but none of them have the tools that I have.
And do you have a prediction for your fight?
Expect the unexpected.
Thank you. I appreciate it.